Hey guys, what is up? It's AJ from Rock the State. We're here today. We have a new video, and this time we're going to be doing a different type of video. We're going to be going through the NHL draft. Now, we all know who the number one pick is going to be, and the draft lottery will be May 8th. So you're going to see this on today, May 7th, the day before the draft lottery. 11 teams have a chance of getting the best prospect since Connor McDavid and Connor Bedard. I'm going to compare each team and how they look with Connor Bedard in the lineup next year, and which team is most likely to contend first. I attempted to do this on Cap Friendly just to make the contracts look nicer, because some guys, for example, the Philadelphia Flyers, JVR is not going back there, so he will not be on the team. Some of the guys, 50-50, I kept them, but guys like JVR who are known to be leaving are not in this lineup. So, starting off, number 11. The team least likely to contend next season with Connor Bedard. The Chicago Blackhawks. It's Chicago. Their team's really bad. Even with Connor Bedard, they're not going anywhere. Look how bad this team is. Still, Andreas Athanasiou might not even be there next year. Respectfully, you have Bedard. Radish put up some points this year. He was pretty good towards the end of the year. Lucas Reichel, top prospect. I respect Jason Dickinson a lot. Very underrated two-way forward. He can play on my team any day of the week. But other than that, this team's not making the playoffs next year. Even with Connor Bedard, even with Connor McDavid, they might not make playoffs. Nothing crazy there. And their defense isn't much better. You got the Joneses, you got Vlasic, you got Connor Murphy, who I respect, Zaitsev, and Wyatt Kaiser, who, young prospect, didn't really look great when I was watching him in the last few games for Chicago. And in goal, maybe not even Mrazek. It's bad. It is really bad. And it's not going to get better. That's why they're number 11. At number 10, we have the San Jose Sharks. They have some good players, but this lineup's still not doing it for me. I like Barabanov a lot. Obviously Hurdle, obviously Couture. Good players. Logan Couture. Erik Karlsson, who's going to win the Norris this year. But even with Bedard, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs next year. They're just not that great. They have players I like. Eklund's a decent prospect. Zetterlund they got in the Timo Meier trade. It's just not that good still. And they're rebuilding, so that's more than fine. I would be happy if he went to San Jose, but the team's just not that great. Karlsson, you got maybe Nudevar on the back end. I mean, that's just not good, man. And in goal, it doesn't get that much better. Reimer and Kakinen. At number 9, we have the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim obviously has Trevor Zegras. Them and the Sharks are kind of a coin flip. I think it would be a better fit for Bedard here because you have a younger crowd. You have McTavish, you have Zegras. Decent vets like Ryan Strome, Vetrano, Adam Henrique if he's still there. Troy Terry's incredible. Love Troy Terry. It's not a bad team if you look at it on paper. Just the way they play together isn't great so far. I just don't think they would be ready to even make the playoffs next year. They could definitely make some noise, but I don't think they could do much. Defensively, they're young. We got to see what Drysdale is still. He's coming back off a pretty big injury. I rate Zellweger a lot. Very good young offensive defenseman. Cam Fowler is fine, but the rest kind of eh. And then in goal, you obviously have John Gibson and Lucas Dostal or Anthony Stolarz. Good goaltenders. They won't take that away, but I don't think they're going to be able to carry them to the playoffs just yet, even with Connor Bedard. At number 8, we have the Philadelphia Flyers. Kind of a hot take because their team actually looks very good on paper. I just don't think Connor Bedard under Tortorella would work. It would work, but it'd just ruin him. You don't want to see a kid with all this talent go somewhere where he's going to have to get screamed at, get yelled at, forced to play defense heavily right away. Look, this lineup isn't bad. They could be a lot higher, in my opinion. I do like a lot of these players. That center core is nasty. Scott Laughton, Kevin Hayes, Sean Couturier, Connor Bedard. Very good. Very, very good. I don't think they'd make the playoffs still, though. I obviously respect Torts. I just don't want to see this happen. Defensively, it's still kind of a nightmare, too. We got to see Cam York needs to grow some more still. Provorov, no comment there. Sanheim, D'Angelo. And then they're getting rid of Carter Hart. That's the other thing. I have Carter Hart here, but they said they're trying to trade Carter Hart this offseason. So we'll see what happens there. At number 7, we have the Arizona Coyotes. Surprisingly, really good team. I don't think they'll make the playoffs next year. This core is nasty, though, and they deserve more credit than they've gotten so far. Keller, Bedard, Gunther, Lawson Krause, Nick Schmaltz, very underrated player, Nick Schmaltz. Love me some Nick Schmaltz. Matisse McKelly, one of my favorite players in the league. You got Logan Cooley or Josh Stone coming in very soon as well. Watch out if they get Bedard. Be ready for the Arizona Coyotes. Yes, they play in a college stadium. They're going to be good, though. They are going to be good. Defensively, that's their issue for me. They really have no one too great. Valimaki, Brown, Nemeth, Moser, Mackey, Soderstrom. Not good. They'll have the money to get better if they get Bedard this summer. Still needs to get better. In goal, they're fine. Vejmelka's awesome. Kareem Vejmelka, very good goaltender. At number 6, we have the Montreal Canadiens. Getting Connor Bedard after getting Slafkovsky last year would be incredible. So, this team's good. This team's very good. Caulfield, Bedard, Kirby, Dach. Rockstar shit right there. That'd be a great first line. Put Caulfield and Bedard. Have fun, Montreal. Have fun for the next decade and a half. Second line, I respect Josh Anderson. Nick Suzuki's very, very good. Mike Hoffman, he's still a hockey player. He can still, good power play player. Could it get better? Yeah, but third line, you do have some Juraj. He's got to grow. He was injured. We'll see what he becomes. Harvey Pinard, who really made a name for himself at the end of the year, and Jake Evans. That's a solid offensive unit. That's not really bad. On paper, maybe it looks better than it'll actually play out, but, that's all we can do right now. We can't watch them play together. The big thing is the D-core with me, compared to Arizona, this D-core is very good. You got Matheson, you got Savard, Xhekaj, very good season for the kid. Edmondson, Caden Gooley, Jordan Harris. That's a sick D-core, and that's a young D-core for the last 3 guys, too. This team, they're building the right way. The issue is going to be goaltending for them. I don't know if Jake Allen's coming back or not. Montembeault can honestly hold down the fort better than most people will say he can. We'll see about that. But I have at number 6. I don't think they'd make playoffs or really make too much noise next year. But you can't say no to that roster. That roster is very good. At number 5, we have the Detroit Red Wings. This one might be a hot take for them being this low. You could honestly put them 3rd or 4th, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But the teams above them, I think I will make my cases why they're above them. Connor Bedard would fit perfectly on this team. Kubalik had a great start to the year. I love Lucas Raymond, as you guys know on this channel. We are big Lucas Raymond supporters here. The Wings could be better. Zadina, maybe he'll finally break out. They got to give him better minutes, higher minutes, power play minutes. He hasn't been getting that as of now from what I've been reading. Dylan Larkin's great. Perron's good, obviously. Fabry, always injured, but when he plays, he's a good player. We got to see what Marco Kaspar could be. Very good prospect. Just a prospect, though. Jonathan Berggren had a good rookie season. Adam Ernie at Andrew Kopp. The big old 6'8" Elmer Soderblom. That's a solid core. That is a very good offensive core. And their D-core isn't anything, to hate either. Wallman had a great year. They just upped him, I think, 3x3. Mo Sider. Obviously, it's Mo Sider. Ben Sherratt. He's a hockey player. Simon Edvinsson, another top prospect. We'll see what he can become. Ole Mata, solid defenseman. Jordan Osterley, solid defenseman. Very solid team. Once again, just the East is stacked right now. They could have made playoffs as a stretch. They had a few weeks where if the Red Wings get hot, maybe they'll make the playoffs. They flopped. And in goal, obviously, Husso's very good. Maybe they have a few decent prospects in goal. I know Casa is kind of up and down. Hellberg's all right. He's not really a prospect, though. Not a terrible unit. And if you put them higher, I wouldn't blame you. If Bedard had to go to a team in the East, I think Detroit would be my spot. At number 4, we have the Vancouver Canucks. Please, do not hate me, Vancouver fans. I know. Born in Vancouver. The story's incredible. The Vancouver love child. Good team also. Good team. I just like the teams that I'll have later in the video a little bit better for Connor Bedard. Obviously, they have the top-end talent. You have the JT Millers. You have the Pedersen. You have Kuzmenko. Besser might not be there, so I'm not going to say you have Besser. For now, Brock Besser's here, but kind of like Carter Hart, he's going to get dealt this offseason more likely than not. It's a good team. Got to see what the forward court can become. I know Besser's gone. Got to see if Beauvillier will be consistent for you guys, because God knows he wasn't for the Islanders. There's a lot of potential. Will this potential make it? Probably not. You're not going to see Hoglander and Podkolzin on an NHL fourth line. This isn't the actual team. This is not the team I'm saying day one. Defense. Quinn Hughes, awesome. Tyler Myers is Tyler Myers. Philip Roenick, very weird trade. I don't hate the move, though. Very good offensive defense and great for the power play. Travis Dermott, we'll see what he could do. OEL, rough contract. Ethan Bear, think he's a little overrated, but he's still a fine player. And in goal, obviously, they have Thatcher Demko. I don't know why that name slipped out of my mouth. Thatcher Demko. Don't hate me, Vancouver. At number 3, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets here. It was really hard because I think this team could be incredible if they get Connor Bedard next year. They were very unlucky this year. I was so close to putting them number 1. So close. This team would be so good. We're going to put them at 3 for now. Johnny Gaudreau, Connor Bedard, Patty Laine. That's incredible. Marchenko, Roslovic, you don't want him as a 2C, but he's fine. Kent Johnson, incredible young talent. Boone Jenner, very, very, very good player for his role. This one, some people might not rate. Yegor Chinnikov, incredible shot. If he can stay healthy, he can be very good. Benstrom, Corelli, Robinson. It doesn't have the oomph that number 1's going to have, but it would be perfect for their timeline. He's a great player. Well, everyone obviously knows Bedard's a great player. It would work out so perfectly. I just don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see it happen, but I think this would probably be one of the better fits for him, sadly. Their defense core is very nice. Zach Werenski, Adam Boquist, David Jarek, Matachuk, their first-round pick last year, Nick Blankenberg, and Eric Branson is definitely a hockey player. Obviously, their issue is goal. Elvis is fine. Maybe even with a better D-core, he'll be better. Hutchinson probably won't be there. Whatever. It's not the... Put Tarasov if you want. I don't care. At number 2, we have the St. Louis Blues. This team absolutely rocks if it would load. Pavel Buchnevich, Connor Bedard, Kasperi Kapanen. This team was rebuilding at the deadline. If they get Bedard, they're probably a playoff team. They got Kapanen at the deadline. They got Braun on the deadline while selling. Both players, and Sammy Blais. Even Sammy Blais, they got from the Rangers as a throw-in, as a cap dump. He's been great since he moved there. This team's good. Look at that top 6. I know Kapanen isn't great. We'll see what he can do next year. He had a great end of the season with the Blues. Everyone knows how good Veronica could be. Robert Thomas, Kyrou. The only guy that we don't know what's going to be is Jake Neighbors. Third line, maybe he's good, maybe he's not. Still one of their best prospects. This is a very good team, and their D-core, I want to put the number 1. I just can't yet. I think this would be the best spot for Bedard. Krug, Parayko, Falk, Scandella, Leddy, Bortuzzo. That's a above-average D-core. That's probably the best D-core we've seen, maybe besides Detroit. This is a very veteran-level D-core. It's not incredible, but it's workable. They're all in their, age 30 to 32 season. They'll be 33 or, now 31 to 33 next season. But you get what I mean. The big issue for them is goalie. Binnington sucks. Binnington's bad. He needs to be better. He's a character for the league. He needs to be not a good character for the league, a good goaltender while also being a league villain. I think that's fair to say. Number 1, we have the Washington Capitals. I don't want to see this. I do not want to see this. There's a few interesting points to make here. They have a 6% chance of getting him. I don't want to see it happening. Kuznetsov also put in a trade request, so he's probably not going to be there. Let's say, for heaven's sake, he's there. Ovi Backstrom Oshie, Mantha Bedard, Tom Wilson, Sonny Milano, Kuznetsov, Dylan Strome. Protas, Dowd, Nick Aubé-Kubel. That's a great forward core. And the thing about them is their D-core is insane too. Faravari, Carlson, Jensen. I think Jensen's on a one-way deal or TVR's on a one-way deal, but still, you could bring him back. Some of the guys re-signed recently. I apologize. I apologize, Sandin Alexiev. They also have younger players like I believe it's Gabriel Carlson and Lucas Johansson that stepped in when guys were hurt this year, and they looked fine. They weren't bad from what I was reading and what I saw. In goal, it's not beautiful, but Kemper's a good goalie. Kemper's fine, and college legend Charlie Lindgren. If Connor Bedard goes to Washington, you go from getting Ovi to getting another generational talent. Stop it. It would be awesome to see. For Ovi's sake, as a Metro fan, New York Islander fan, I would be very upset. We'll see what happens. 6% chance, not very likely, but hey, you never know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.